Hello.
Hello and welcome to Neat and Not by the Sea, episode number 8, maybe?
Something.
Should have checked. It is Tuesday the 15th of June, 2021, and we're coming to you from New Zealand Port Chalmers, and welcome for returning members and to new members, or new
Friends.
friends.
Oh, this is so
Stitcher
cute.
people.
You did so well.
Oh, I was on a flow. I was like the news lady, and then I stuffed up. So, great.
No, you did great. Hurrah. Everybody comes here from a professional start, obviously.
Oh, I've just seen the bags and boxes that Catherine has pulled out, so it might be a long video tonight.
I do have a job. I have a job, but I have gone away. So I had 4 days of eating, sleeping, driving, crafting. So, okay, so thank you for all the messages and the comments.
Yes,
It's very, ever since we started the Flosstube, I just really understand the thing about commenting. I'm so grateful to people that comment, because I have never in the past commented. I only comment now that I've started a Flosstube and I realise how important it is. So thank you, really appreciate it. And I had a lovely person that commented in the Spanish one. I hardly get any comments in the Spanish one. It's very sad. But someone, it was just really, it was right up my street, because there was someone from Mexico that was saying that they have a huge problem of femicide. I think that's what you call it, when
yes,
women are
being
killed.
murdered. Yep.
And so a lot of women find solace in crafting and embroidery, and also it's used as a weapon of resistance against oppression as well. And it's something that Mexican people have done since they were colonized. And I was like, oh my God, can we be friends? She was called Manitas Felices. And I was very excited. I was like, oh my God, thank you for commenting. You are my people.
So did you have chat you wanted to talk about?
I have lots of chat.
Yeah.
I've got a list because I'm 49. So what happened? We had...
What did you want to talk about?
Everything.
Well, I'll start. It was my niece's 9th birthday the weekend before last, and I gave her her Wizard of Oz cross stitch. And
Yay.
Considering it was a picture to hang on her wall, she was quite pleased with it.
Great.
So it was good. It was worth all the effort.
Your niece and nephew appreciate your handmade things, though.
They do.
You've trained them.
Trained them well.
Oh, that's cute.
And
she got it framed as well, which makes it so much better, because
yes,
they don't have to do anything. It just goes straight
on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. But I suspect not, because they're moving house.
They are moving house, so I suspect it's gone in a box. Hopefully the glass won't break.
Yes. Fingers crossed. Very good. What has happened? So I've gone away.
Yes.
I went away for 4 days. So I actually became a grown-up, and I recorded some footage of my little holiday. I took, it was a long weekend, so I didn't take any time off, but my hubby took a day off. So we went away for 4 days, and we went to Riverton, which is lovely. It's in the south of New Zealand, near Invercargill.
I thought it was near Queenstown, or is it sort of halfway between Queenstown
It's
and
halfway, yeah. It's in Southland anyway. The distances aren't that great once you get to Southland, I don't think.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I took some footage of Riverton, which is lovely, and my husband was like, you need to talk in your videos. He talks like that. So I did some talking about Riverton, and then some footage of the way between Riverton and Te Anau, where we stayed, and then Milford Sound, where we went on a cruise.
Milford Sound is beautiful.
It was really beautiful. We saw dolphins, and in the car park, my husband's all about the wildlife, so I've had to learn. He hasn't become all about the embroidery, I noticed, but I've become all about the wildlife. So we saw bottlenose dolphin, which was amazing. We saw a couple on the cruise, and we saw weka, which is a New Zealand bird. It's a flightless bird, I believe. You're looking,
so.
yeah.
They're the brown ones, aren't they?
Brown, yeah, kind of nondescript brown.
They're nondescript brown.
But really special, because you actually don't see them so much down here. You see them more further north.
Yeah.
And so we were very excited in the car park, and the people around us didn't know what weka was. So they were very like, oh, that bird's in the way of my car. So we saw that. And the other very exciting thing was we saw blue ducks, which are a native New Zealand duck.
Are they the ones that are a little smaller than the normal duck?
I don't know if they're
And
smaller,
they're actually...
but they dive. That's their special power.
Yes. Yep.
So we have old eyes, both Martin and I. So we have really special binoculars.
Yeah.
They're really magical because they always stay in the house. And so we were so proud that we took it in the motorhome. He left it in the motorhome. But then the ducks dove and they stay under. So it's not like, you know, other ducks sort of pop down, grab something, come back up. They kind of bob up and down. But blue ducks actually dive and stay under.
I think there's like an observatory in Queenstown where you can go under the water and you see eels and these little blue ducks. And you can feed them for like $2.
Oh, great.
It's great.
Oh, I didn't know that. Martin did spot there was an underground, like submarine type thing. I think we're going to do that next time.
Excellent.
Anyway, I'm happy to do that. It was great. We had a great time.
And we're going to put your footage at the end of this video.
It goes on forever. It's 12 minutes. I did some zhuzhing, but it's 12 minutes long. I also edited it the wrong way around, so Riverton is at the end with me talking. So if you want to listen to like tourist descriptions by Catherine, wait till the end. You can skip. Nobody will know. And also it was really lovely because I was traveling around with my craft, of course. And one of the things that I had was like my massive cone. And it was such a great conversation starter.
Just whip this
in the coffee shop, the person that brought me my coffee was like, "Oh my god, you're a knitter." "Oh yes, I'm a knitter too." "Oh my god." And when we chatted about knitting, it was great. So she was from Japan, so that was very exciting. Well, she's a New Zealander. She's been here for a long time. But it was very exciting to talk to knitters. Not so exciting when people are like, "Oh, you're knitting. Oh, can I have a scarf?" And that was just a bit annoying. But but the women that knitted and talked to me, they were great. I was very excited to share 3 minutes with someone about crafty makingness.
Excellent.
So I did that, and then I also did fantastic op shopping in Milton, which was fabulous. For once, the prices weren't ridiculous. I'm trying to think. I'll show that in my craft pantry. What else? I had a list. I
lost your list again.
I'm practicing. Yeah. I have a recommendation for. Do we do recommendations after?
No, chuck them in wherever.
Okay. Oh, so recommendations. If you're in Dunedin or Otago, you have to come to Port Chalmers and go to the Union Cafe and have a halloumi burger.
Delicious. That was our last weekend treat. We
yes.
walked down, did some stitching, sat outside. It was lovely.
Yeah. This whole thing of like you have to support the economy and help the small businesses is great. But really great halloumi burger. Yeah. And it's really nice to go to a local cafe because we both live in Port, so we can walk down. We don't often, but we can.
We did last weekend.
We did last weekend. That was really great. Yeah. So that was one good thing. Then I have become for the first time a Patreon of someone.
Ooh.
So
now, does everybody know what a Patreon is?
I don't know.
I think it's when you
so
you commit to paying a certain amount of money to someone each month or fortnight or weekly, to support them in whatever they're endeavouring to do.
Yes. So I heard it described as a subscription service.
That's
so you subscribe for a minimum amount, and some start from like $1 and some start from a bit higher. Anyway, in my quest to find more like-minded quilters and creatives, I have started doing the Patreon thing for Zach Foster. So I'm at the lowest level because hello, I'm me.
Spending all your money on halloumi burgers.
That's right. And quilts.
True.
Antique quilts. So he's doing a couple of sewing circles. So that I was so excited. But the hour conversion, whatever you call it, it's just really hard with New Zealand. So I imagined that I would get up at 6:30 in the morning to join them. No, that didn't happen. So they're going to do another. They're going to. I think he's doing two a month. So if you're a quilter and you want improv with reusable, recyclable materials, that sort of thing, it's really good. He's got quite.
So
a few
has one
videos.
already been, and you were supposed to get up at 6:30?
Yes, that was on Saturday. Yeah, and I didn't. I woke up with allergies. When I wake up, I wake up with a headache, like bad headache here and bad headache here.
Oh, sinus headaches.
Yeah, sinus and I'm like it's an allergies day, so I don't do much. So I was like, switch off alarm, and I didn't do it. But I'm very excited about it. I actually don't know if it's going to be something I do long term, because I'm actually not much of a group person. You know this. And also the time difference is just brutal.
Oh.
So the other sewing time is going to be during my lunch hour, during our work day. That's not so great.
Do you share an office?
I do share an office, but they would be very okay with me chit-chatting about sewing and lunch, but I don't know. I'm thinking about it. So that was one thing. Then there'll be the drama about the lost red thread. I'm not happy about this. I'm actually not happy about it now, yeah. Anyway, that'll come when I show the project. I've also come across a Flosstuber. Well, she's not a Flosstuber. She describes herself as a podcaster. So generally for knitting visual, like video YouTubes, I think they call themselves podcasters. So anyway, I've just discovered this one. She's based in Christchurch, and her name is Perlin, and her channel is called Planet Pearl Living. And one of the things I liked about her channel is that she does lots of things. So she's a multi-crafter, and also she does more things than I do. So she goes to retreats and things like that. So that was kind of like...
I was going to say, there's not many people who do more crafts than you do.
No, but she actually she goes to things. So she went to
participating in the crafty community
in a paying manner. I'm just coming out of bringing up my children. And my kids are, one at uni, the other one's going next year. So I'm very careful with where I spend my money. And then I'm not, and then I have a moment. But I don't tend to go to retreats. But I'm hoping that I'll have retreats in the future. But it was really lovely that she has gone to retreats. I haven't watched all her videos. But I just really like the fact that, she'd gone to the cross-stitching retreat. She has a video on that. She's been to a knitting retreat on the West Coast that looked amazing. And I
could do a West Coast retreat.
Yeah, but you're not a knitter.
I can knit a scarf with big holes in it. I've done it before.
You could get better. Yeah, that's right. So anyway,
and they go like
exciting. This. So her channel is called Planet Pearl Living. Pearl as in the jewels. Planet Pearl Living. We didn't write that down. And she had a fantastic phrase. So instead of saying, I found this on her Instagram. I'm talking a lot. It's 12 minutes now. I do see people in the day. Instead of saying spilling the beans, she says spill the tea.
Spill the tea. Oh,
so I was like, I'm taking that.
Nice. That's through Paul, isn't it? Spill the tea or something like that.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. It's all good.
She says she's always said this to her children. Huh. So I don't know. I've written down Halloumi Burger. Very important.
We got that one right at the top.
It's so good.
Oh.
They're not miserly. You go to because I'm a vegetarian, you go to a cafe and halloumi is not as expensive as meat, and yet they gave you the tiniest sliver. Not Union Cafe in Port Chalmers.
It was a slab. It was great.
I had 2 slices. It was great.
Yeah.
Yummy, and it was all good.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Next time we go and have one, we'll take a photo. Because you're all going to be intrigued about these halloumi burgers.
Because we were the youth taking photos of our food. Anyway. Anyway, it's 30 minutes.
Should we crack into it?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right, so we'll start with...
Start.
Well, I've only actually... I was going to put that at the end. We have written up our things, so... Is that going to be backwards for them?
I hope not.
I don't know.
It'll be hilarious if it is. So NZCat26, that's me on Instagram, and Victoria is Port Tory 13.
Yeah.
So that's a double T. Port Tory.
Yeah.
13.
And I very rarely post, but occasionally I do.
But incredibly, you have followers.
I have followers, I know. From like the 8 posts I've made. I keep meaning to get better. I'm just...
Oh, come on, it's just a hobby. If you're not into it, you're not into it.
Oh, but I like following other people and watching up, see what other people do.
That's right.
So I should share the love.
Yes.
You go first, because I had a bit of an odd crafty fortnight. I have only worked on 3 projects. I lost my mojo for a couple of days and didn't get any stitching done, and so I've only got 3 projects, so you may as well start so that...
I'll start with a 30.
You'll start with, you've got about 30, so let's not...
Okay.
It'll pace me out.
Good Lord. Okay, so let's start. Shall we start with the saga that is my life? Okay, so people that have already been watching us since we started, they know I'm a bit quirky. So the idea that my Bristol Sampler from...
This is so pretty.
So the idea that my Bristol Sampler had 2 different colours I was like, ha, cool. Okay, put it down because it's weird. So I thought that was just funny. So this is the...
God, if these are up back to front, people, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, we're all the technicals. So this is a Bristol Orphanage Sampler.
Red alphabet.
Red alphabet sampler. It's in the book Antique Style Cross-Stitch Samplers by Jane Greenough. So it's an oldie but a goodie. I probably bought it when I was 21, when I was engaged to be child bride.
Oh, the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, funny, quirky. Oh, isn't Catherine a little bit artsy, creative-y? I've lost my second floss. I have moved on from being artsy, creative-y, isn't she quirky, to just being thoroughly irritated with myself.
And then you found...
And then I'm wondering, like, why can't I just be a grown-up and have a proper system? So I found this. So I was like, pretend cleaning my house, because I wasn't going to clean my house. But I was like walking around aimlessly going, where is my thread? And then on the day that Victoria was going to take me to Stitch Witches to like discover an exact match, I thought I found it. I was like, oh my God, I found it. It's been there all along in my tray of craftness. I was very excited. So I was like, Victoria, we don't have to go into town. It's great. I found my red, but you need to confirm.
It's not the same red.
It's not the same.
It's super close.
Flipping red.
And it's close. It's a closer
It
match
blooming
than
isn't. This is like, okay, so I was like, okay, this is loud and brash, but I quite like that. So this is loud and brash. And then I was like, oh, this one's a bit sober and good red. Okay, compared to the new one, this is actually so sober, it's not even funny. So anyway, I'm irritated. I'm irritated at my personality. Because I haven't learned my lesson. I've started a new project. I've just flung the floss in the bag. Anyway, I made progress.
Oh yeah, true. How much did you get done?
So I started my new line.
Woohoo.
So the new line is the N, the Enye, and that's going to be the M.
But you haven't put the squiggle over the
I haven't
yet,
put the
have you?
squiggle. So this is upside down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, this is upside down. So I haven't put the squiggle because I actually need to put my new line at the top before I know how I'm going to jiggery-pokery it.
Nice.
I'm very happy with this. It's very beautiful.
It is gorgeous. It's a stunning piece to see.
And it's got an anecdote.
It does. It's got great stories.
So I'm not
to
going to
it
learn
now.
my lesson. Dagnammit.
Oh.
So anyway.
Excellent.
That was my Bristol Orphanage sampler. So you can do one
I'll
now.
do one now. So I have, like I said, I've only done 3 projects. And this is probably the one I've done the least on. So this is the Snowflower Diaries, which is the Joyful World 2016 stitch along.
I'm going to give you extra points for actually continuing to work on that.
I have, I've done a little bit more on April. It's not finished. I've still got to do, there's like some block colour to go in the border. The flowers that are one stitch out are really annoying me. I don't think I'm going to have to unpick them. Honestly, I'll wake up thinking about it. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Show where they are.
So this bunch of flowers up there, that purple lot, should be one stitch that way.
I just don't get it. It's windswept. They're in Dunedin.
No, but it's not right.
Also, you have to like your projects. If you're going to be
You
irritated
do.
by it.
It'll just always annoy me. So,
Yeah.
in focus, there's a wee bunny on there if you can't see. It's in white. It's super cute. So I should have no issue knocking that over this week.
Very good. And I was like, oh, I really need to work on this. And Victoria said, oh, just work on what you feel happy to work on. I was like, fine, I'm not going to do it. I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
I need to do it. You
Yeah.
can't make me. So I was happy about that.
So what else?
Um,
What's your next?
I then did some work on my friendship tree. So that's the friendship tree by Shakespeare's Peddler. Gosh, if these are the
These
wrong way
cards
around.
are working, but if they're back to front, we're screwed.
Lols.
I don't think they will be.
lols. I hope not, because people do that. Nobody's writing things backwards to put it on.
Unless
It's
I
fine.
accidentally flip the video.
What I think is maybe next time we should have the camera a bit nearer us, because
Yeah.
I'm having to stretch.
You need
And as we
gadget
know,
arms.
I don't do yoga, so I have
Oh, I
done
love
quite a
this
bit
one.
on this. The reason I stopped is because I now have to work on the bits where I run out of that red.
Love. I hope you can see that on the film. The red you've used up at the top
The
part
red is beautiful.
just stunning.
And I've run out, so that's a little bit annoying.
I love this one.
I love it, and I was so hoping to finish it this time, and I didn't. And I'm actually getting used to the 46.
Oh, good.
And you're getting used to the style of this. So I'm really happy. I'm very happy. It's fiddly.
Yeah, you can only do so much of the little, because I know that's not 1/1, but it's tiny enough to be.
It's tiny, it's fiddly, and you're always changing colours. Oh, do you want to see like my magic back? I'm like all about the tidies.
Oh.
Neat. I'm the knot side of neat and knot, by the way, in case it wasn't obvious. So, and I was traveling.
Yeah, I think that there's nothing wrong with that back. I travel.
Traveling. I don't care. It's going to be in a pillow or something, in a cushion.
And I mean, the weave of that fabric is so thick. You're not going to see the travelly bits.
That's right. That's my official line. It
All right.
doesn't matter. It's my official line. So I'm happy to progress on that.
Excellent. So my happy place in stitching in the last 2 weeks has been my uppercase Art Nouveau ABC Water Lilies by Filigree. And I have...
Did you hold that long enough? Slowly? Like, without moving it?
Probably not. There we go.
Because, thank you, Zeb. I hope I'm saying your name right. So Zeb is part of the Facebook group of New Zealand Stitches.
Stitch NZ or something?
Something like this on the Facebooks. And she's always been really lovely and encouraging. And she said, oh, as long as you hold your cards up and you leave them there so that we can actually read it, that's fine.
Pause it. Oh, that's a bit of three.
Oh, look at you.
Such a boss. Right. Look at that. It's almost done.
Almost done.
Oh, I've got there's fish that have to swim around the letters and obviously the other half of that border.
And the fish are just backstitch, aren't they?
They are indeed.
That is looking very beautiful.
But I am loving this one. I'm so pleased with it.
Is this variegated, this coral?
Yes, both of them are variegated threads. The green less so and you can't really tell. But I'm just loving it. I'm loving the colours. I'm loving the fabric I've stitched it on, which is a 36 count.
12 stitch co.
Yeah, well, from 12 stitch co, it's Silvery Moon. It's just lovely. But
and look how grown up you are. You've got like really good margins. What sort of grown up behaviour is this?
Yeah, Catherine likes to start hers, you may have noticed, quite close to the edge, so we're going to have to do some mounting when you come to framing.
I'll show you in a minute what I've been doing.
But I am loving it, and I reckon I'm going to get that done in the next couple of weeks.
And Victoria's backs are really tidy.
No, well,
yes.
There's my back.
Oh.
Actually, the back on the screen looks quite good.
The angels are singing. Very good.
But
that's looking very beautiful. You'll be done by the next time.
I reckon so. I would highly recommend this to anyone. I've found this such a relaxing stitch. So I've just been really busy at work the last couple of weeks, so I don't want to be doing any thinking, which this
Victoria
is
has
perfect.
a grown-up job. She has to tax her brain, and it's longish hours, isn't it? Well, for New Zealand. New Zealand.
Yeah, but I've had a couple of deadlines to work too, so it's been fairly busy. So this has been nice and relaxing in the evening. But I'm loving it.
Great.
Your next one, or next 12.
Oh. So, I then worked on, oh no, I've got my bit of paper here because I can't open it. So this is the Friends and Family Linen and Threads 2020 Stitch Along, yeah, which I did not participate in, but I love this, and this is probably my most comforting project.
That's really interesting you said that, because you said the week or so ago that you were weren't sure if you were feeling it anymore.
I changed my mind.
You're prerogative.
I also swear quite a bit, but when you, in my real life, in English, I don't swear in Spanish ever. That's bad swearing in Spanish. In English, I've got no rules around me. And I swear a lot, so I'm stopping myself, because when you upload your video, you have to say, is there bad language and nudity and stuff?
Oh, I always just tick no.
See, that's
You probably do swear in this.
I don't think I swear, but I think it. Things start with F in my world a lot. I forgot to show it. So I had done a little bit last time, so it was very easy to finish my page. So that's...
Read it. That's Catherine's
the
page.
angle for the light. Right, okay, there you go. Now, was there... Oh, there's fudging. There is fudging. I was really good. I actually redid some of this because I've made a mistake and I thought that was obvious.
So you had to adjust the pattern a bit.
No, I actually undid it and did it properly.
Oh.
But for this, there's fudging. And there's fudging, and there's also like,
See how much you've done in
nobody
total.
cares. Oh, and this was like the glorious moment where I was able to cut my fabric.
Oh,
Because
yes,
I
you've
got-
cut your fabric off.
So yeah,
Hey, you've left yourself good margins on this one.
on this one, yes.
This one you've done very well.
Aren't I a grown-up?
Oh,
I'm very excited. Let me have a look because I want to enjoy it.
Sorry.
So this was on Edinburgh, 35 count. One of the things I enjoy about Flosstube is that I listen to people from different nationalities. So English people, Scottish people, Americans, Canadians and stuff. And I love how different people say Edinburgh differently. I love language.
Oh,
Anyway, Edinburgh, 35 counts, Vigert. Love this. Really enjoying
Beautiful.
it. I've cut my fabric, which means cheap Catherine didn't have to go to the shop to buy more linen to start another project. So that's fabulous. I also don't want to have leftover fabric. So, yeah.
I have been giving Catherine all the scraps because I'm quite generous with my margins, and sometimes you cut a bit off.
What do you mean all this scraps? You give me one bit.
I've got a wee baggie of scraps for you. But
Great.
they're at my house. I
You're
didn't
actually
bring
you're going to want to keep that because I'll show my book and you're going to want to do things with that book. Like
possibly.
scissor fobs and things.
Nice.
What else have you got?
Okay, so my last one, it's a new start.
Woo-hoo.
So this is Pumpkin Farm by Blackbird Designs, and I think I said weeks ago that I was going to start it. I actually did. Woo! And I'm really, really enjoying doing it.
Are you going to finish it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just wondering because some people drop it now that it's not now that it's not autumn. They would put it away
No.
and they would pick up winter.
No, this I don't. No, I'm loving it. The colours are way brighter than what's on the picture, but I like that better.
Oh.
And of course, with these variegated threads, it really is, you know, luck of the draw about what you pull out.
They're more intense, aren't they?
They're definitely more intense.
Yeah.
There's my beautiful threads.
Look at the beautiful colour of that house.
It's just cute.
And the tiling on that roof is amazing.
oh, still, yeah.
I love it.
So I've really enjoyed. I started that one on Saturday. You came over, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you've done
really
quite
into
a
this
lot on
one
the
too.
weekend, Yeah.
So I'm doing it with the called for threads, and there's a whole mixture of classic colour works and the dental art and all sorts in there. And I'm stitching it on a 35 count Edinburgh natural.
You've said it differently.
I know. You made me all nervous.
Sorry.
So that I'm really enjoying this one. So I'm probably gonna hopefully get the 3 that I've shown you today all finished in the next fortnight. We'll be lucky. We'll see.
Pressure. Great though.
And you know, new page in my book.
Well, let's have a look. Show it properly.
Oh, people
This is
don't
the
care. You can see
cutest-
all my spelling
Oh, they
mistakes.
do. Nobody cares about spelling
They're
mistakes.
Cute.
It's very cute. I bought a book and I tried. I'm a little bit rubbish about that sort of thing. That looks great. No progress on your mum's?
No progress. No, sorry, Mum.
No progress on...
I haven't done any. Honestly, I've worked on those ones. That Art Nouveau one was just my jam in the last 2 weeks.
And I'm only teasing.
I know. Mum's not. She asks every time I see her, how's it going?
And how's your dolly?
Well, I found it. I found it in the bag that I put it in, that mermaid bag.
Oh, that's great.
So, you know, and I kind of remember where it is.
I'm always torn between like, come on, Victoria,
Chop,
and
chop.
like, I'm not your mum. Anyway.
But no, I've got to have a big clean out of my craft room, hopefully this weekend, so
Oh, very good.
that might get things.
Oh, shout out to my daughter Christina that cleaned up my craft room. I should take a photo. I almost wept in gratitude. I was like, thank you. Because we went away for 4 days, and when I came back, she'd done it.
Had you done that as a surprise?
I don't know. There was no big fanfare. It was just like, oh, I did that.
Oh, that's so nice. Does she want to come clean mine?
No. I felt so grateful because, you know, she's 19. I'm not her favourite person. I'm not that interesting to her. The youth. What do they know? So I felt very loved, and it kind of re-sum things. My idea. Sorry, I'm scratching my foot. My idea that I don't really believe in birthdays and Christmas. It's not my thing. It's a bit wounding when people don't make an effort for you. like you're very close people, but really I value the other things more, like my daughter doing my craft room, or the fact that Martin makes me coffee in bed every morning, and he has done for the last 31 years.
Oh,
That
he's
matters
so,
more.
he's so
But,
lovely.
Bad birthdays are not great though. Anyway,
What have you got?
I've got my what started out as a Quaker Crow by Work Basket, and I've now added my New Zealand Sampler by Moi. I haven't done much, but I have finished my border, so I'm very excited about that. And do you know, I just love this. So if there are any people that are like, I'd love to do cross stitch, but I don't want to follow a pattern, do your own. It's great. So this is my corner Ko-Fi, and there are 3 yellows in there. You can't tell. Is there a bit of something there? No, it was just how I've done my other bit. And then this is the second one, so they don't match. They're kind of distant cousins rather than twins.
Oh.
What was I saying last time? Oh yeah, visually pleasing, that'll do. So that's the last one.
Cute.
Which
So,
means...
I'm not sure if you can see it all when we held this up, but
Can we
look
catch...
how gorgeous that is.
I love this. I mean,
I think
blowing
that
my
is
own trumpet, but I love
stunning.
this. So I now have to get real. I have to make some like...
Can't wait to see what alphabet you choose to put on this.
Yes, but I also have to... Yeah, I'm going to put an alphabet. I'm going to put numbers, and I'm going to put a house, and I'm going to put a big tree. But I have to decide if I want to have inspirational phrase or a line of poetry or something. But because this is mine, hopefully my babies will inherit it. I'm like, do I put a phrase in Spanish?
Yes.
Is it in Spanish or is it in English? Because, you know, English is a big part of my life, but, you know, I do go on about the Spanish.
Why don't you do it Spanish and the English translation below?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll
Make
do
it
something like
bilingual.
that. I'll go on about it. Yeah, anyway, so I'm very excited about this. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh.
This has minimum border. But quite generous on the side and very generous on the bottom. I'm just...
Oh yeah, you're a little bit tight up there, aren't you?
It's just ridiculous. Who does that?
Oh.
But I am going to do a little border. I am going to do
Oh, you're going to stitch
a
like
stitched
a fabric.
hem. Yeah. No, I'm not going to stitch fabric.
You're going to stitch hem.
No,
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
going to do a stitched hem.
Ah.
So anyway, do you know, I'm just not going to change now. I'm 49. I'm not going to change.
You're set in your ways.
I'm set in my ways, and I think it's amusing that I'm kind of disorganized. So anyway, I made loads of progress with that, so I'm very happy. So next time you will see some significant something. Now that I think you're right, bilingual, because I am bilingual.
Yeah.
So, and then we continue. I did whip it good.
You should see the mountain of stuff she's got over there.
It's just like a little shanty town.
Oh yeah, we've moved. We're on Catherine's sofa tonight.
Yes, and you should admire the Guatemalan textiles.
I don't think they can have to. Not sure how. They might just look like Black's blobs, but
And
they're
that's
beautiful.
a painting by Jemima Pedro. I don't need an artist. Anyway, that's the painting that I use to judge people. It's like if people come in my house and they're like, ooh, I'm like, oh, we're not going to be friends, are we? I don't mean it. I don't think Victoria loves it, but you know, I still
I
take
have
it.
no issue with the nudes. I've got
No, it's not the fact that it's a nude.
Oh.
It's just like, it's one of those semi-abstract things. And there was a lot of orange, so it polarizes people.
I like it.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
We're friends.
Yeah.
You can stay.
Yep. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I was going to say, I sort of more prefer the pre-Raphaelite sort of style and the Art Nouveau stuff, but that's stunning.
Yeah. Victoria's also incredibly polite. She would not be called bossy in Stitch Witches.
What are you called, bossy?
Well, it was maybe intimate. Because I was like, Diana, no, you don't need to do that. You need to do this. She was picking up a friend of ours. She picked up it was a freestyle stitching thing. Mm-hmm. And I thought, she doesn't need a project to learn. She needs a project to relax to.
Yes.
So just cross stitch.
Follow the pattern.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't make it complicated. But, you know, I can be a bit...
Oh, what are we looking at now? Whip It
Whip
Good.
It Good, which is by
Heartstring Sampler.
Heartstring Sampler that I can't read wrong way around. I am enjoying this. I was fighting with it because it's a repetition. And then I realised that it's only little and I'd done more than a quarter. I was like, woo! And it's amazing how much your body remembers because I kind of have muscle memory about the pattern.
Really? I've never had that.
But not, I don't mean that I didn't have to look at the pattern. I had to look at the pattern, but it was like, insert brackets, because I don't care which way my sticks go. I could be like, oh yeah, I remember moving the fabric this way to go this way and stuff. I remembered that. It was like, oh, I made it faster. Oh, a delight.
A delight is definitely one word for it. Do you want me to hold it close?
I can't reach. So I'm now working on this side. So I've got the scissors to do here. I'm very happy. It's going very fast. It's only 4 pages, but this page 3 and 4 are shorter than page 1 and 2.
I reckon it's probably only going to go to about there, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm very excited.
It's pretty cute. You can do an autumnly themed sort of one on this fabric.
Maybe.
Be nice.
I should say that this fabric is
32 count straw linen.
Yeah, and so this is part of my. Oh, let's see what you enjoy. I think 32 is not my favorite. I'm probably more interested in higher counts.
Yeah, I think I'm liking my 36s
36
more.
or 40, maybe. Which is great because then I'll stop buying the other things. But I'm enjoying this one. So this has been really good, and I felt like I had to be good. I was trying to spread my time across all my projects. Of course, I failed with the calendar, but you can't make me. I'm just not in the mood for the calendar. And the next one to show is Miss Bingley's Library by Plum Street Samplers. And this is a very cute pattern.
I love this one.
I didn't put this.
I'll put it in.
Can you put this? Okay, so I did quite a bit on this. It took forever. It was the roof that kept on giving. And Kim from cataloguing my stitches. Thank you, Kim, for making a mistake, which meant that I learned from that and I paid attention to mine. So there's a little bit of fudging, but you can't tell.
Oh, it's so cute. I love this one.
I love the windows, and the flower. I changed the color of the roof because I was like, this is an English house. It's going to be slate. So I changed it to charcoal. I sound like that in my head. So I changed it to charcoal, but the plant pot was supposed to be a source of charcoal. I'm not using any of the called for. None of that funny business. That's not true. I do have some, but I'm just picking out what I want. So anyway, then I had to change the color of the pot. I made it into like a grey.
Did you show the picture of what it's going to look like at the end?
Oh no, I didn't.
Sorry, peeps. Ugh, plastic. Super cute.
It is very cute.
I think I'm going to do this one eventually, but I don't think I'm going to put a cup of coffee in there. I don't know what I'd put.
Mine has a tankard.
Oh,
she can have a halloumi burger on a
yeah,
plate.
we halloumi burger.
Anyway, I'm very excited about this. I was thinking, oh, well, Miss Bingley, I wonder what rare books she has in her collection. So I was going for garish colours. I was like, oh, I'm sure there was a shocking pink tome somewhere. So I'm really enjoying this. But it did go on forever, but it was really nice because I could relax. Once I did the windows, no, that's not true. Once I formed the shape that I wanted to go to, so from this end to there, I could just relax and go across. Nice. There and back, there and back, there and back.
Nice.
It is one line longer than it needed to be because I got distracted. But that's okay. She's great. I'm really loving this. In my head, I think, oh, I'll finish it this week. I won't. It's actually quite a lot of stitching.
It's quite intense. I've got the companion piece for that, which is my
Gentleman's Daughter.
Gentleman's Daughter from
it's on my list as well, and I probably will do it sometime. But the thing is, marketing, they know about sets.
They do.
So they'll come up with another one. I'll be like, I need to do another one. So I don't know.
You are a gentleman and I am a gentleman's daughter. So far we are equals or something like that.
I just picture Mr. Darcy.
Oh, in the pond.
I'm not bothered about the pond. I'm more like, I must tell you how much I admire and love you. Oh!
Colin Firth.
I'm actually not lusting after, what's his name? It's Colin Firth. He's divorced now.
Did he get divorced? I thought they worked it out.
Oh, no, I don't think so. It's very sad.
He's on the market, guys.
Do you think he likes cross stitching?
Colin, if you're watching, hi.
Now that's awkward.
Oh,
Okay.
what's next?
I have a new start with a story.
Ooh.
So this is
Is this your new start?
this is my new flipping start. This is hard. See, my thread just fell because this is my method. Just chuck it in the bag. Anyway, I picked this up from my to-do pile because I was like, oh, I'll get it started. Then I realized I already had the linen in there. I was like, oh great, I don't even have to like figure it out, blah, blah, blah. No. And so I just grabbed the linen and then I texted Victoria. She's like, oh, I had already started this.
So it's the second start of a new start.
So
At
then
least-
I continued. No, the story continues. So then I continued. I was like, oh, this is great. So there I am doing my edging because I thought I'll do the entire frame. I don't know why I think that's a good idea, but I'll do the entire frame. Then I ran out of fabric.
Is it not big enough?
So it wasn't big enough. I had a very little mouth and I was cross with myself.
Oh, so what are you going to do?
So this is start number 2. Because I did have another piece of fabric. So I'm starting this one and I'm also starting the Spanish one that I'll show after. It turned out that the fabric that I had in the Spanish one was big enough for this. They could be swapped.
They could swap, yeah.
So anyway, so now I have got my massive fabric left over from that Edinburgh 35 count.
That's on your alphabet. No.
That's linen and threads.
Linen and threads,
Family
yes,
and
yeah.
friends.
Family and friends.
So now this fits. I am being dangerous because this is how much I have left over. It's just over it's like
Yeah,
an inch
2
and a
inches,
half.
yeah.
It's not 2 inches.
That's more generous than I've seen you being on other projects, though.
I know, but I do mean to frame this. So anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful project that I first saw Ellen.
Yeah, cross-stitch
Do?
power, maximum cross-stitch power.
Yes. And so this is like a massive, a juggernaut of a project.
Oh, lovely.
And I think it's really beautiful. Have I shown the card? His eye on the sparrow, Heartstring Sampler. This is a beautiful project. However, I have also realized that I really need color in my life. Color makes me happy. I am not going to do a project with an overwhelming amount of beige. Even though all the beiges are kind of different and there's like browns and mochas and chocolate, it's just not going to happen because it would get me down. I wouldn't enjoy it in my house. My house is very colorful, so this would not fit in my house. So I love it, but because I am ridiculous, I have done my frame, the border is this like acid green.
Oh, it is. It's lovely.
Yeah, so it's all going to be like bright colors. So I had a beige to start with, but this is not going to happen. And so what I did, I literally opened my box and I was like, oh, loads of colors. So I'm just using leftovers because there's lots of little motifs, lots of little animals. So I've got this turquoise. Oh, I'll add this. And I think what I'll do is I'm very good with color, I think. So I don't think it's going to not come out right,
Yeah.
but it's just going to be full of colors.
So you're not even substituting one colour for another. You're just going to go per motif. I feel like it needs to be this.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I think cornflowers are some of my favorite flowers. So I thought instead of, where have I got it? The flowers are kind of a reddish. It's a kind of browny reddish. I'm going to make them blue because cornflowers.
Oh, you're there too. You should do your people blue and they can be like Smurfs or, you know, the avatars.
Who is she talking to? Nah. I don't know what I'm going to do with the people because I've just realised it's Adam and Eve.
Did you not get that? It's always
No.
Adam. Well, I like the snake around the tree. Take Adam and Eve out and put some dinosaurs or
I might
something.
have 2 women on it.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah, I might do that. I don't know. You know, Bible stories, it's not...
Who was the first wife of Adam?
Eve?
No. Apparently there was one before her. And she got... Oh, who was it?
No way.
Yeah,
No, they were... In the story of the Bible, he gets created and then she gets created from his rib.
Yes. But apparently they made someone else first, but she wasn't good enough. So they made Eve. I can't remember. This is my Bible knowledge from TV. I'm sure someone can let us know.
I went to Catholic school. I did read the Bible. I don't want to have a Bible story in my house particularly. I worry about... I just don't want to. But anyway, little people. It'll be great.
Lilith?
I'm going to have to Google it. We're going to get so many comments about this. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway.
Because isn't she the mother of the vampires? This might be completely... Okay, we'll just leave this.
There are no vampires in the Bible.
Oh, well maybe that is just vampire mythology then.
Oh my god, this is the best. And you were worrying about how you said Edinburgh?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to do some Googling and I'll let you know all about it.
But the thing is, you have to be really careful because I love reading historical fiction and then you're like, oh yes, this happened in England in 16... And then it's not true, it was just part of the story.
It just came in one of the trashy romance books.
So it could have been in one of your novels. Who knows?
You're so good.
Well, maybe I don't know anything about the Bible. Anyway. My family is not a believing family. I went to Catholic school. Anyway, I am very excited about some colours. So this is, again, a lot of DMC and my Molino. So I'm very excited. We need some orange in there. Very exciting. So anyway, I'm excited about this. And it'll probably take me 6 years to make. And I'll probably do one motif a week or something.
That's excellent. That's a way to get through it, though.
Yeah, I'm not... There is no rush.
Yeah, I'm just picking the threads that have fallen down on the floor up for it. Oh.
I'm very fancy.
Oh, shivers.
I had to laugh. I was watching Sylvia from Running with Needles and Scissors. I've binge watched all her episodes now, which have been fun. But she's really been getting into the floss jewellery.
Oh.
Yeah, some people get very organised. I was like, no. I'll just throw it in the bag. And of course, I was thinking, this is why people have floss jewellery and they have rings and stuff so they don't lose things.
So is floss jewellery like those dangly things that people hang off these?
Yeah, and decorations.
Yeah.
So normally a ring, but then a fob of some description, and she was matching. So if it was like His Eye on the Sparrow, there would have been like a Jane Austen sort of figure or an antique-looking.
You mean Mrs. Bingley's library would have had a Jane Austen?
I don't know what I said. Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
No, the Eyes on Sparrow needs a Smurf.
No. I used to love the Smurfs when I was little, but that's not me. That's no longer me. So anyway, I'm really happy, and I'm gonna have fabric left over. See, fabric is a big investment for me. I just kind of see, part of my problem. I do have a job. I work 4 days a week, but my hubby, he spends about 10 cents a year on himself, and so I always feel bad. I have this guilt that I carry around. So. If only he would spend more, I wouldn't feel so bad.
Now, is that it for your cross-stitch whips, or is there more?
Oh, I don't know what you mean. I have, I haven't started. I've just got 2 in future plans because I'm also going to start 2 more.
Future. You're jumping ahead.
Yeah, so that's future. So that's for later. Okay.
Excellent.
I need a glass of water.
Okay, so let's do... I'm not a shopper but, or as Catherine likes to call it, Stitch Pantry, but I'm not a shopper but.
Craft Pantry.
I haven't bought anything. Well, I have, but it hasn't arrived, so you'll have to wait and see what comes with that, because, you know.
Are you waiting for a lot?
No, it's just 3 patterns, because, you know, a pattern should never travel alone.
Oh, that's
right.
Or
its floss should never travel alone. I didn't buy floss, I bought patterns.
Yeah.
But,
I think anything. I've heard people say that fabric shouldn't travel alone.
Oh, well, if you're paying $8 or $12 or in New Zealand $24 to get something posted to you, you've got to buy more than one thing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for stuff.
I'm waiting for it. I'm not even sure if it's posted yet, but let's cross fingers.
I like it when they give you the thing
the
that you
tracking
can
thing?
track. Yeah. Okay, so I bought this Stitchy Box samplers. So these are
Ashworth's?
Acworth school motifs. So I can't show you, but there's 100 motifs here, and I recognize a lot of them from other designs that I've seen. So people obviously have the pattern. So there was this book, and there was another one that's bigger, completely out of print. And if you want to buy it, it's about $500. So I'm not buying that. But I found a blog, an old blog from someone that has already retired. But this person had been very heavily involved in kind of cataloguing all the different Acworth samplers, and she was very involved in that sort of thing. And so they put this together. And then when she decided to retire, she was in England, I believe. And then when she decided to retire, she put this up for sale. And so I believe Stitchy Box, which is an embroidery shop in Vancouver, United States of America, they bought it, obviously, and they've got the rights to it, so they can continue to sell it. So, you know, as we've talked before, I'm not much. I prefer to buy books rather than individual patterns.
Whereas I like patterns.
Yeah. So, you know, they have different things for different people. So,
I had a flick through there. There's some gorgeous stuff on there.
There's some really lovely things, and I think for me, it's more about putting things together myself. So I'm really happy. This is a very well-traveled book that spent a very long holiday in Japan. So it took. I don't think it was the shop's fault. I just think it's
just what postage is taking at the moment.
It's just COVID. I just think it's in some places it's getting stuck because it's getting processed so slowly. But it took about 35 days to get here. So I was just about thinking like, oh, maybe I should contact Stitchy Box and say something like, is there a way that you can track where it is? Because it was just showing that it had left Japan, and it had left Japan by plane. So I was thinking, maybe it's gone by boat. But no, it said it left the airport. So anyway, I'm really delighted. So if you're someone that has been trying to get hold of that book that's completely out of print, this might be a nice alternative for you.
So where did you go to buy that one?
Stitchy Box.
Oh,
That's
Stitchy
the name
Box.
of the company. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They have it on their website. So that's really cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this. So I've done this, and then another.
What'd you buy at the op shop?
I just wanted to show you a couple of things. I just really like to rescue these because these were work that women made, and it's kind of undervalued at the moment. So this is really pretty.
Cute.
This is I buy them. I've got a lot of these things, so I buy them when they're a bit unusual. So this is orange flowers. It was made for me. Orange flowers. It was really, really great. So this is the Milton Op Shop, and I thought I'm gonna try, because I think part of valuing them is trying using them rather than put them in a box.
Yep, upcycle them somehow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and see if I can finagle a project bag.
Ooh.
Somehow. It might involve, let's lift it here, hemming at the bottom and then cutting it open at the top.
That's exactly what I thought.
So it might involve doing that, which is kind of a shame, but at the same time, you either give them a new life now, or they just sit in a suitcase gathering dust or moths, and then it's not valued. So someone would have spent hours doing this, and I really like it. They used kind of my colour scheme. They've got orange, and they've got a little blue. And these were, I believe, these were patterns that were usually printed on.
Oh, like you could get the iron-on ones.
Oh, the iron-on ones.
Yeah.
So I've seen most of the patterns out there because I go to op shops quite a lot. But this one was a little bit unusual to me, so I was like, oh, I'll grab that. It didn't help that it was reasonably priced.
It's unfinished.
Where?
Oh, no, it's not. It's just me. I thought that they were missing something there.
No.
But if you look at it, it's mirrored on the other side, so.
Yeah. So there was that. And then I always pick up cross stitch as well, because they always used to do these cross stitch ones as well. And I think this one will be easier to turn into a project bag.
Ooh, nice.
So I love this. But today, in my lunch hour, I went to the op shop with my colleague, and I picked up this amazing tablecloth. I have never seen anything like it. It was so amazing. It was not cheap. Well, it was not cheap to me. I've never seen anything like it.
Never seen anything like it in my life.
Look at this.
That is so cool.
It's so maybe a Chinese person or an Asian person carrying two things, and there is some sort of dragon or something.
It is so cool. The purple, because it's mirrored down the bottom here, so I'm just having a look. It's a purple figure. I don't think it's a dragon.
But we thought it might be symbolic of a dragon.
Oh, we've got the yin and yang sign going on
Yeah,
too.
at the top. So this little thing is the yin and yang thing. And
I
it's
love
got
the
stylized clouds. Yeah. And also it's got these amazing little pagodas, which I love. Aren't they amazing? I've never seen this sort of thing. There's some white stitching on top of these things, like a tree.
Oh,
so here,
too.
you can't really see, but isn't that amazing?
Is that how much you paid for it?
Yeah, shush. All right.
I think it was a bargain.
It was kind of a bargain, but also I don't need this. So it was kind of like
yes,
for
you
something I
do.
don't need.
What are you going to do with it?
I paid $7.
Yeah, I think that's super cheap.
We are a tablecloth and napkin sort of family.
Oh, so you're
we
going to
will
use it as a tablecloth?
I'll give it a good wash. It's a bit stained in parts. So what I tend to do is I use them as tablecloths and napkins, but because we use them, they get dirty and they get washed a lot. And when they start looking ratty, I turn them into other things.
Oh, you're so good. That's gorgeous. I think
And
that's
this
a
is
bargain.
cross stitch. Yes, I'm very happy with this. So I
That
just
is
wanted
so
to show you.
cool.
So if you know anything about this pattern, if it was indeed a pattern and you know anything about it, please let us know. So this is in Dunedin, New Zealand. So Dunedin is quite multicultural.
Yeah.
So this could have come from somewhere else. We are quite a multicultural city in New Zealand, I think. So anyway, super, and the stitching is very good as well.
The stitching is excellent, and it's a
Ooh.
tiny little count. I think what
It is,
count it is.
yeah, it's ridiculous count. That's what it is. I
Oh.
wonder if it's machine made. It's perfect at the back. Oh my lord.
Jeez, no, I'm pretty sure that's hand stitched.
Look at the back.
It's one of these projects that you could accidentally put on the table and you wouldn't know.
Wow. Oh no, this is definitely hand stitched. Look, this one's a bit more obvious. This is amazing
This
work.
is amazing. My backs do not look like this.
I am never going to.
And I
pretend
don't
this is
really
mine.
even want to achieve. These are amazing.
Yeah, so that was really happy shopping today.
Excellent.
I was very happy, and it was such a great day. And I forget what's the time? Almost an hour. I forget how
We were under an
brains
hour
affects
last
me.
time. We can make up for it in this
That's
one.
right. You owe us time. I forget how much it affects me when it's grey.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I just want to show you this for 3 seconds. This is my quilt top. Oops, lipstick on the quilt. This is my top and this is my back. I still haven't sandwiched them, but I've shown it today, so it will be sandwiched and I'll be quilting it next time. So that's great.
Oh, do you want to show this one? Or some of this one?
Oh, I'm not sure how much I can show. So I bought, so you know how I go on about how cheap I am and I don't spend money? I don't spend money every day and then I buy an antique quilt. God. So they sold me this. This is from Heritage House Quilts, who sell amazing quilts. No, don't smell it. I haven't washed it.
Smells like antique.
Yeah, I have to do some repairs before I wash it.
Ah.
But I love some of the fabrics were so cute. Let me have a look. I love the fact that this was not an overly thought out quilt. It was just, I'm not saying it's like G's Bend, but it's G's Bendy. It was like, you know, we're just putting things together and making a quilt.
Yeah.
We haven't bought a pattern and we haven't spent hours figuring it out. Mm-hmm. But it has nice sort of antique.
We've got it on our knee. We're not holding it up.
Yeah.
It's still. I think we had showed a picture of this last time, didn't we?
Yeah. So this is, I think it's cotton wadding because it's balled up.
Yeah.
And it's some sort of muslin at the back. It's very thin,
No, it is thin.
but natural. It's got some stains that I need to deal with, but this is my favorite fabric.
Mystery stains. They're the best.
It's fine. This is a lovely fabric. It's almost like an ikat sort of style of roses, which normally it wouldn't be. And then I love this little pink. I love this quilt. I'm very happy.
Excellent.
My hubby was a bit underwhelmed because he knows how much I buy. It was expensive and not super expensive, but then the postage was a killer. But I just, you know, once I make my mind up that I want something, there's not much to undo.
So that's all your I'm not a shopper but?
Yes, that is all my I'm not a shopper but.
Excellent. Okay, so cross stitch plans for the next.
I've got these.
What are we gonna do? Do you want to do others and then do plans?
Oh no, we can do cross stitch plans. Yeah.
Because we are getting to the hour mark. People might be over it.
Go and get a cup of tea. Yes, plans.
Okay.
You go first.
So I converted this pattern here, which calls for DMCs, into my hand-dyed flosses, and realised I've only got about 6 of the 20 odd that are required, so I have to get some more threads.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed starting my pumpkin cottage, so even though I'm missing 2 or 3 threads from this one, I'm going to give this one a start too. I'm going to cut the bottom off my Art Nouveau alphabet and do it on that fabric.
Very lovely.
This one is Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais with thy needle and thread, which I've shown before.
And they've got a round thing that you can do as well.
Oh, a cute wee pincushion. It's on the back there.
Yeah.
It's super cute. And I'm going to obviously work on the ones that I've been working on. But I'm going to try and get my whip count up, so I'm not just working on 4. I think that might have been why I lost some of my stitchy mojo last week. I just got a bit bored with them.
And Zeb commented that we needed to have, we're a bit low on
On
whips.
whips.
You need at least 20. She said, I'm never going to have at least 20 because I do other crafts, so that would be ridiculous. I am going to, so I stitch in hand. I don't use a hoop, but I'm doing this project which I can't show you, but it's a rose pin cushion that Cataloguing My Stitches did from, this is from a magazine that I have access to because I work at the university, so I have access to the university digital subscription thing. And of course, I have not printed what it is.
Does it not say on the bottom?
No,
let
it
me look with my
just on the
youth.
side with your youthful eyes.
Oh,
Maybe it's Cross Stitcher magazine or something like that.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah.
September 2020.
Cross Stitcher magazine. And so I've got this random unidentified linen that I'm going to use, and I'm using a hoop because I think the linen needs a bit of help to be able to see the holes. So I'm doing that, and I'm not using any of the suggested colours. I've just grabbed colours that I have that I think would look good. So that's one.
Excellent.
And the other one is, and I bought this from Etsy, not Etsy, Felt. So Felt is a New Zealand crafty website to buy things.
Oh, when did you buy that?
Oh, years ago. It's a knitting bag, but crafting bag. But I always like to buy from women makers. So I found this woman maker on Felt. I got it. It was really good. And the other one, which is in my Mondim bag.
What is Mondim?
I think it's a style of wool. My sister sent me a little care package from Portugal because she travels a lot.
You just said it like I should know it. I don't know what it is.
That's only because I was showing it. So I think the sock wool is called Mondim. It's Portuguese, and the company is called Retrosaria by Rosa Pomar. And I love the label for the sock wool because when I first came across this brand, I thought she had hairy legs.
So did I.
And I was like, I like this woman. She'd be my friend.
Yeah.
Turns out it's an argyle pattern. It's like a lace pattern, which you can see like this, but you can't see when you kind of glance at it.
Yeah,
So
it looks like hairy legs. That's what I thought.
Lots of people have made that mistake, which I think is fabulous. So
Right, I bet it was intentional.
yes, yay, hairy legs. So I was going to do May Fun, and then I ran out of time. So I'm doing this one, which is a Mexican sampler, Cuando se corona un gusto. But instead of doing the reproduction, I'm going to do an interpretation that Yanni Stitcher did.
Oh.
Because in the original, the words are really close together. There are no spaces between the words. It makes it hard to read, and I want it to be something that is identifiable as Spanish. So, and I have got, I can even show you the mistake stitching, just so that you can give me some sympathy. So this is big enough. And this is my his eye on the sparrow start. I will pull it out sometime.
But I think that it was kismet or fate or whatever, because look, you started it with that beigey colour, and I'm loving your acid green that you're actually doing.
Yeah, man, why did I think that I would do beige? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So this fabric is number 12 Stitch Co. 36 count Rain Cloud, and it's a little bit grungy, which I really enjoy. I think it's really lovely. So I think with all my bright acidy sort of colours, and in fact this isn't going to be so acidy because I've just chosen one colour. I'm kind of semi-organised. It's just a blue.
That's lovely blue.
And I've even kept the
Do
number.
you know what number?
I need 2. And I had to make sure that this was DMC. So this is DMC 312. So when I run out, I can replace it.
Excellent.
it's
And now
really
you've said it
beautiful.
out loud, we can look back and find it.
That's right, because I will lose the number, of course. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cast on. I'm going to start. What do you say?
I don't know, what is the cross-stitch term? I always call it cast on as well.
I'm going to start. I kind of polluted you with cast on, and now we can't think of an alternative. So I'm excited to start those. Okay, I'll quickly run through these.
Okay, so that is the end of the cross-stitch at 5 minutes past the hour. But Catherine has some amazing other projects she's been working on. So.
Yes, and don't forget that there is a video of New Zealand. So especially if you're stuck somewhere and you can't get out and travel and see pretty landscapes, New Zealand's very beautiful. And when we can travel, you can come and visit in person. So... Okay, so by the side of my bed, we call it the shanty town. Well, my husband calls it the shanty town. I am quite messy. My house is tidy, but my bedroom's not. My side of the bedroom's not. So for about 3 years, I've had this on the floor by my door. It was a bed sheet that I bought from the Op Shop. Because we have the university here. They have toga nights at the beginning of the year. So then all the op shops save all the white sheets to sell to the students, so that I go there and I buy them to make tablecloths. Anyway, I'm not a great crocheter. I can do the basics. So I finally did all the border. I crocheted it with this fuchsia.
That's gorgeous.
Hot fuchsia. It's a big tablecloth. We have a table for six people.
6-person. Look at that. Look at this big white sheet we're holding up.
And so what I've done, because one of the nice things about thinking about your projects is that you're mulling things over and you're trying to decide what to do. So I knew I wanted a shocking pink border. I didn't know what else to do. But now, in the process, I realized what I'm going to do is I'm going to embroider, again with the pink, I think with the pink, I might mix it up, all the names of the Peruvian food that my family like.
Perfect.
Yes. So this can become like a little family heirloom, because we all love different Peruvian dishes, and my kids, they've been to Peru so many times, they love Peruvian food, and my husband loves Peruvian food. And I cook some Peruvian food, but not a lot, because it's expensive. Can you imagine how much it costs to buy a kilo of lemons? And very time consuming for me. I'm a quick cook. So
what's the thread you used? It looks like a cotton, but like a
it's a crochet cotton.
It's crochet cotton.
Yeah. That I bought a long time ago, probably 16 years ago. Anyway, so this is now a project that is in progress. So hubby will be pleased because it's not on the floor. That's one thing. The other thing I want to show that I forgot to show you is that all the dollies have hair. I showed it on Instagram. My Instagram account is to record my craft progress.
Can I hold?
Yes. So they don't have hairstyles, they just have hair.
Are they going to have hairstyles?
Yes.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love the orange and the red head.
This in real life. This is a lovely colour.
That is gorgeous.
So I'm really happy with how they're going.
Oh, I love the Cruella de Vil.
That's
streak.
not Cruella de Vil.
Well, who is it then?
Just trendy modern women.
Trendy modern women here.
Okay.
I went and saw Cruella on the other weekend. It was a great movie.
Like I would be doing things.
Oh, I know. I know. These are awesome.
This reminds me, I made a mosaic for my hubby once, a massive one that's in the bathroom, and I put an orange fish in there, and someone said,
"It's Nemo."
It's Nemo.
Was it me?
No, it wasn't. Me. It was in the UK, and someone said, "Oh, that's Nemo." I was like, I had made a clownfish, but then Nemo.
It's
happened.
Nemo, I'm afraid. Yeah. Look at that.
So I'm very
That's
happy.
so cool.
They need
undies. They're going commando.
knickers. They need knickers and embroidered.
Bloomers, I reckon, not knickers.
I don't know what I'll do. I'll see if I don't follow patterns for things. I just figure it out. I'm a jiggery, finagling sort of crafter.
Oh, and you've got, she's got some grey in here too. That's
All the good people have some grey.
beautiful.
Yes, so they definitely need knickers. So I'll be working on that. I don't follow patterns. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure I can make knickers. It's not that hard. Nothing's hard. You just have to have a go. So that's that. Oh, and I wanted to show this just for accountability. I am making progress on the orange that will never end. So every time I thread my needles, I have 30.
Wow.
But now it's getting really hard to get through the fabric and
bet it
the
is.
thickness and stuff. But I'm
I
making
broke
progress.
3 needles in one day the other day
For cross stitch.
for cross stitch. I don't quite know how I did it. I managed to bend or break.
You might have been stressed. You might have been.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Last thing. My daughter doesn't watch this. Neither of my daughters watch this, so it's fine. I'm making 3 quilts.
Because one's never enough.
Because I get bored.
I know. Oh, show this one. This is
I will. I'm
gorgeous. Sorry.
You should quilt,
Should quilt.
Victoria.
I've got to
Okay.
clean my craft room out and find my box of fabric.
Okay, so I'm making log cabins at the moment, but in the first instance, I'm not doing the play with the colors. You know how you get like one side dark, one side light? I'm not doing that. I'm just doing whatever.
Can I hold these ones up?
Yeah.
Look how cool these are. I love this fabric. I've seen this in so many of your quilts.
Bed sheets.
Yeah.
I love them. I still have some left.
As do I see the red dotty one. I've seen that appear a couple of times.
Yep.
There it is, more of it there.
Um,
It's lovely.
and so once these are big, they'll probably need a couple more rounds and then they'll be big enough for a small quilt. I actually thought, does it sound sad? My son's married now. Is it sad to start making things
For your son.
for her if they have a baby?
Get in there.
So anyway, I'm just making this. I'm just having fun. I hand stitch it all. It sounds terrible. I don't have mental health problems, but
These
I
are
find so
beautiful.
much. It's so calming to me to hand stitch. I'm just not tempted to use my machine.
I think that's why I haven't done quilts in ages, because the thought of getting the machine out and I inevitably trip over the cord and it goes smashing to the ground.
Oh, so this fabric, pillowcase from the Op Shop. I love it so much. K Facet. Oh, so many memories. Oh my God, this is another Op Shop fabric that I'm running out of. So beautiful. Oh. Anyway, so this is one thing that I'm working on. Just quietly. It's growing slowly.
Oh, I love that red one. It looks like a rose. Oh, now we talked about a rose in our last video, and someone very kindly pointed out what it was.
She did. And it was the Glasgow.
Was it the Glasgow Tudor rose?
No, not Tudor.
No. Oh.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
And look, we've forgotten it again. It's in the comments in our last video.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's the Rennie McIntosh.
Gosh, that's it. Well done.
49 and still going strong.
So thank you for the person who pointed that out. That was a big relief.
Yes. So then I started making another quilt. And I am doing the dark and light thing. So you start with a yellow center, which is the hearth. And then the red is the hearth of the house.
Oh, you said yellow, and I was like, that's not yellow.
Did I say yellow?
You
Sorry.
did.
And so you're going around and around, but you do it so that you have one half is darks and one half is lights.
Oh.
And so I'm just going to do these quickly because I think I have 28. And I suddenly thought, my baby's going to university next year. She doesn't want another quilt. I'm going to give her one. But I thought when Sophia went to university, I made her a quilt and I put lots of lovely mummy sayings on the inside. I embroidered them.
These aren't in order.
No. And I know that when she felt a little bit sad or a bit lonely or a bit stressed, she would wrap herself up. And I would say to her, wrap yourself up in your quilt. It's like mum's with you.
Aww.
And I do know that she showed it to some of her friends. Like once she'd made really good friends, she was like, look what my mum made me.
Mum, where's my quilt?
Shady! Your mother has been roasted. That is it.
Oh.
So anyway, this is bed sheet from the Op Shop. I love this fabric. I've almost run out. I've got a lot, but it's very thin. You wouldn't use it for a quilt, so I can use the edges, and I've got very little left. Anyway, so this is going to be a quilt for my baby that's going to university. And
So what are you going to do the other? Is that going to be for future grandchildren, the other one?
maybe, I don't know, I just make things. But I suddenly thought, oh yeah, I could start making things for a grandchild. The problem is, I just don't think people appreciate it. I'm kind of tired of giving gifts for people. as a show of love, and it's not appreciated, so I'm kind of over that. So I'm not sure.
See, I think other crafters really appreciate it because they recognise the amount of time and energy.
But it's not even time. Surely they know that that's like solidified love. Anyway, my daughter-in-law, I taught her to knit, and she is amazing. She already like designs her own things and stuff.
Wow.
She's great. I think she would really appreciate it. In fact, she's kind of hinted that she would love it if I made her something, but you know, time. I've still got to make things for my babies. So that's what I've been doing. So I spent a lot of time when we were ticket touring around the South Island.
That's just pinned, that's not stitched.
Yeah, that's a new line that I'm doing. So that's that. And then the last thing I'm doing, which is similar, is the crumb quilting. So I'm just going to show you one portion. So all my dregs I'm sewing together.
Oh, that's so cool.
But what I thought I would do is I'm going to cut circles out of this, and then I'm going to reverse applique them onto some fabric and make a bag.
Oh,
I
nice.
love reverse applique. I have some molas from those islands off in the Caribbean somewhere.
Okay, so what's reverse applique?
So applique normally is like you put it on top and
Yes.
you stitch it.
Yes.
Reverse applique is when you put it underneath.
Oh, you cut the hole out and...
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just a
so
beautiful
it is what
technique.
it says on the tin. Beautiful.
Yes. And so you can cut things out and it'll be quite interesting. And I've got some, honestly, I was watching a tutorial and the woman was saying, I throw away anything that's smaller than an inch. I was like, I will do 0.5 centimetre. Ridiculous. Anyway, having fun with that. Anyway, maybe you can go now.
1 minute.
Shall
1 minute, 1 hour, 16.
Shall we let you go?
Oh, well, actually, there's another 12 minutes of Catherine's adventure to add to this.
Anyway.
So, if you've made it right through, thank you for watching. If you
Thank
skipped
you.
ahead, thank you for skipping or watching.
We really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We
Like, comment, you know, all that jazz.
Yeah, and hopefully you've been inspired to make something. If you're not a crafter, sometimes people stumble on channels. And if you're a crafter that does things other than cross stitch, let us know what you make. If you're a cross stitcher that does your own patterns, let us know. If you've stitched the stuff that Victoria's just starting with the houses, the autumn stuff, let us know. It's always nice to see other people's projects as well.
Yeah, I wish you could share photos in the comments on YouTube. I'd love to see what.
But people do this thing called Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and also the portrait thing with my hubby keeps going
Oh
on.
yes, you should. I'm watching that. You guys have really improved. I loved the side portraits you did.
Oh, the time I was okay. Yeah, Martin's improving, but I he's not loving it, but he's improving, I think. Anyway, what have you got there?
That's our Instagram, which I know Catherine showed at the start.
Oh
but,
yes.
You know, great.
I am now going to have a break and then do the one in Spanish. Anyway,
Hope you guys are having a great time.
take care.
Yeah, we'll see you in a fortnight. Bye.
Bye. So we're now not far from Riverton. It was beautifully still, blue skies, no wind, and now it's raining. But it's still beautiful. This is Gemstone Beach, so it's a stone beach and it's got some unusual stones apparently. We're not going to stick around too much because it's raining. Flat drops. But people are sort of searching for a souvenir. But it's beautiful. The white crested waves. Very beautiful. Martin in the distance looking for something. You won't find anything though. Very lovely. There's a head over there. This is New Zealand flax, different varieties, and you can dye from this. It's got lots of tannins, and this I think is mountain flax, which is droopier. And there's also lots of New Zealand weaving that's done with this. I learned how to do that when I first came to New Zealand. I did 3 years of Māori weaving, raranga. Very beautiful, and tuis love the nectar of the flowers, which are now spent. They're just the shells. Very beautiful. So we're in Riverton, which is in Southland. We're on a little road trip, and this is some variegated flax. So this is Jacob's River estuary. I did not realize. I might get to see some kingfishers, which are one of my favorite birds. It's a lovely little town. It's only small, but they've done this little pathway which is very beautiful with native plants. So that's cabbage tree, which is another one of my favorite New Zealand trees, plants. There's looking a little bit taller. They're really beautiful when they split, and you get lots of kind of different heads in on one central trunk. It's so still. Southland is of course in the south of New Zealand, and it's kind of cold and it rains. I'm going to say it rains a lot, and I might offend someone. I think it rains a lot, and it's cold. Very pretty and incredibly still today. There's some grasses, some New Zealand grasses. And this, so earlier I had shown you mountain flax. So this variegated one looks like mountain flax because it's the one at the back, the stalks are kind of floppy. But this one is not mountain flax. This is the flax that I learned to weave with. And there are the flower stalks point upwards, and the leaves point upwards as well. And if I just pan that way, you can see a darker one with the floppy leaves. That has to be a mountain flax as well, I presume. It's very beautiful. These flower type stalks are kind of reddish. Now they're dry, they're spent. One of the lovely things about New Zealand is that you don't have to get very far to be by water. Oh, and the path actually ends. Lots of flax here. This would be great flax for weaving. This one's quite tall. You could weave mats with this one, I suppose. Oops. Right, so that one's quite straight and tall. So maybe mats could be woven from that. I made a few kete, which is bag. And you can see there, I'm going to try and pan in, that's a cabbage tree. And it's had lots of sort of different heads develop, which is how I think it looks most beautiful. And that happens naturally. And New Zealand, a lot of New Zealand plants have been exported, and now they're grown in all sorts of gardens around the world because they're kind of perceived as architectural plants. Anyway, that's the town of, I presume half of the town of Riverton. I hope you enjoy it. One of the permanent waterfalls, 155 meters high.
In the late 1700s, early 1800s, thought to be as many as 5 million removed off our shores in a very short space of time. It was very fashionable back then to be seen wearing sealskin garments, hats, coats, gloves. The blubber was rendered into a very fine oil.
What?
Milford Haven.
Oh, okay.
After Milford Haven in Wales, isn't it?
Isn't it? We've stopped in a place called Mirror Lakes on the way to Milford Sound. And we think that those ducks are blue ducks.
Blue ducks.
Because
native diving ducks.
native diving ducks, so they stay underwater for quite a bit of time looking for food.
Goes.
And beautiful peaks, snow peaks, and I don't know if you can make out the waterfalls. There are a couple of waterfalls there. This is one of the reasons it's so beautiful to come here.